Are you ready for class? Hi guys, my name is David and welcome back to a brand new series for the brand new spooky time of the year, Halloween, October time. You know the spooky time of the year. So this is a brand new Halloween special series that I brought back especially for October to honour the memory of my very, very dear friend Pax Panic. No one has been doing this series as far as I'm aware, so I thought, why not bring it back during October? So welcome to the very first episode of Pax's Little Library of Horrors. And this whole series celebrates children's horror picture books. So the book that I'm going to be talking about today is called Witches 4 by Mark Brown. I'm pretty sure that's how you say his name. And that cover is really, really charming. All the witches are like green, which reminded me of the Wicked Witch of the West from the Oz books and films and TV shows or whatever. Or I mean, not TV shows, the stage play. And it's funny how they've all got glasses. So yeah, and only one of them has only one of them has got one broom. I have read this before. For the preparation of this video, and I found it very charming, but I'm just going to go through it with you guys. And at the start it has a list of all the witches' names. So has Bonnie, Colleen, Kimberly, and Wee Catherine. Supposedly Wee is supposed to be meaning small. So witches 4. 1 witch, 2 witches, 3 witches, 4. Not one less, not one more. Everyone calls them the Witches 4. They each wear spectacles on their nose. They dance together on 40 toes. Now when I read that, I was thinking, what, they all have 40 toes each? They must be really, really small. But then I got the thing about it. There's actually 5 toes on each foot. So we each have 10 toes, and there's 4 of them, so that's 40 toes in total. I had to really think about that one for a minute. They brush their teeth with spider paste, and it has a little tube of spider paste in it, and they're all brushing their teeth in the mirror. I thought that was really disgusting. I was thinking about what spider paste was going to be like, and I'm thinking about it must be like mushed up spiders into like a mushy paste, and I'm like, that's disgusting, brushing your teeth with that. But it can't be all minty fresh, and it just was really disgusting. And I love it how it's on the tube as well. They eat bat wing sandwiches. They like the taste. Look, it's freaking bats. That's a special shout out and a little nudge to Pax, because she likes saying that. But I thought that was going to be like live bats, or like the whole bat in the sandwich, but it's like just the bat wings. So yeah, it's probably going to be chewy and a little bit crunchy because of the bones in bat wings. Witch boots on, tied up laces, frog eye soap to wash their faces, and it's got little eyeballs in the I want to say soup, I don't know why, but it has little eyeballs in the bar of soap. And when I saw this, I just imagined the eyes just like looking around rather than being static eyeballs. I just imagine them like looking around, thinking, "Where am I? Where am I? What am I? Who am I washing with? I mean, who's this woman that I'm like he was actually rubbing me up against her face. So I thought that was very humorous. Witches 1, 2, 3, 4. Dressed for spooking and out the door. And here's a picture of them going outside of their house. Ooh. And I love the house. It's very, I won't say Tim Burton, but it's very creepy. And it has a tree on there with I think like a crow on top of it. But when I was looking at it, I found something really, really creepy, and that's actually never mentioned in the story. And that's this little face there. And it's human, and it's a human face. I've no idea who that is. It's not, I mean, that character's not mentioned, like a character's in the basement or whatever. That character's never mentioned. So I'm like thinking, okay, these witches have somebody in their basements that's potentially locked up, but at least they're smiling, so at least they're happy about being trapped with these witches. I thought that was a kind of a nice little thing to notice, because if you look through all the pictures you might see stuff, rather than if you skim through them you might miss the odd weird thing. Witches on brooms, watch them zoom over trains, under planes. And firstly, the plane is orange, which I thought that was a very weird colour. And the train underneath it has little cats in it, all looking up, saying, "What's going on? Why are these witches here?" And I love it how some of them are wearing like hats, and they're all wearing clothes, so they're all sentient, like the Planet of the Apes, but the Planet of the Cats. I don't know. And even on the plane, it's actually not really that really obvious, but there are cats on the plane. If you really look, you can see their ears, and you can tell it's just a cat. So the plane is being driven by a cat, and so is the train. They fly upside down and lose their hats. 4 magic hats fall to the ground. And that's just a picture of them flying upside down for some weird reason, probably showing off, and their hats are just falling down to the ground. 4 magic hats, 4 homeless cats. So the magic of these hats is never really established. It's never really brought up. It's never even shown. So we have I've no idea about what these hats' magical powers are, or whether they are just magic because they are associated with witches. And I do like these cats, as the ones on the train and plane, presumably. They're all wearing these little cute little outfits, and they're all wearing hats. Apart from him, which I thought, well, why hasn't he got a hat? I mean, obviously because he's pleased because he's found one, but why do these 3 have got hats and this little person, and when this little guy doesn't have one? I mean, I wonder he's happy to find one, but yeah. Yeah, I thought that was a kind of a little odd thing to have in a little book, really. I mean, why doesn't he have a hat? And why do the other ones have ones? Is he poor? Has he not found one in the dump? Which this clearly is a dump, or maybe like a part underneath the bridge that has all this rubbish. "It's raining houses," said the cats. "How nice. They moved right in and dined on mice." And I think that the line "raining houses" is like kind of a play on words with, oh, it's raining cats and dogs, but I'm not sure about why they said it's raining houses. I thought that was a kind of an odd thing, yeah, to kind of, I mean, why houses? I don't know what else it could be raining, but yeah. I don't know. Maybe that's a kind of a reference to the Wizard of Oz, when Dorothy came down and she like killed the wicked witch of the East, I think it is, with a house, and the house landed on the witch and killed her. I mean that's probably the reference that this author's getting at. And and you can see kind of a inside perspective of all these cats in the hats eating, you know, at the little dinner tables with these little metal like bowl things here which you just lift up, and I presume that the idea is that it keeps your hot food hotter for longer. But I was thinking, what, did they cut the hats in half? But no, this is kind of a like a it shows you the inside of it, rather than if they didn't, it would just be like 4 hats on the ground, but it just shows you what's going on inside. And I kept on thinking about, right, all these cats, they had to get some tables, get some tablecloths, cook the mice, put it in these little tub things, and then get the hats, and then just like put it over them. I was thinking that's incredibly awkward to do, and I do not know why they have decided to put the hats over them. Presumably because they feel an attachment to them and they feel that they own them. Maybe, I don't know. It's a kid's book, I'm thinking too much about it. Our hats are gone. What shall we do? No time to stop for octopus stew. And so they fly over this diner, which specialises in their famous octopus stew, which I'm not sure if that sounds yummy. I mean, I like seafood, but not sure about octopus stew. Could be very chewy. And then in the windows it has all these sentient animals, which I do like. They could have made them like just like regular dogs and cats, but they made them like charming with glasses and clothing and hats and all that stuff. So we have a dog, we have, I don't know what that is, supposed to be a cat. So it's nice that they haven't just made it all about cats, which they could have easily done, because cats and witches kind of go together. So the witches continue looking for their lost hats, which I'm not sure why they find it so hard. I'm thinking about, well, surely you knew where they flew off, because you were flying upside down and then you noticed that your hats had come off. So the logical explanation is like thinking, okay, we'll just go back to the place where we was flying upside down and they'll be there. Now I think about it, I mean, maybe they didn't do that because they didn't realise that their hats had come off. But again, probably looking a bit too deeply into a children's book. One looked up, one looked down, and it has that one on a Dracula's castle type of thing on top of a mountain. And we have one scuba diving. One looked in the country, one looked in the town. And it's like one looks in like a little barn with a cow. How come the cow doesn't have any clothing or hats? How come the cow isn't sentient and only the cats and sometimes dogs are sentient? And like one of them is on like a town on top of the houses. I'm not sure when this was published, but surely the author could have made a kind of a Mary Poppins type of reference, but when they were like on the rooftops dancing with all the chimney sweeps. I mean, they could have like had a little reference, maybe like someone flying in the background with an umbrella over their head. That would have been a really nice wink to Mary Poppins, but now I think about it, Disney would have probably sued them into the Stone Age. Then by the tracks, they spied those cats, standing by the magic hats. We want our hats, you silly cats. Finders keepers, said the cats. These are our houses, not your hats. So there's that confrontation with the witches and the cats guarding their precious hats, while most of them are wearing hats. We'll tell you to scram, just once more. Then it's curtains, said witches 4. No way, said the cats, not a chance. They formed a circle and started to dance. Fla la la, the 4 cats sang. Probably much better than that. Then they heard the first big clang. So I thought it was kind of weird that they were saying, no, you can't take our cats, kind of like Gollum in with the Lord of the Rings with the One Ring. And then they started to dance, not even around the hats. They, I mean, the hats are kind of in the background, and the cats are just dancing in front of them. So the witches could have easily just snuck in and just grabbed them while the cats were strangely dancing in front of them. There were clouds of smoke, then kabooms. So when I saw this, I was thinking, oh crap, the witches have killed the cats. The witches have exploded them. They've made them go bang, and they've killed the cats. I'm thinking, oh, how could you have killed the cats? Surely you could have negotiated or give them special powers rather than what looked like killing them. But the next page kind of relieved me. 4 happy witches were off on their brooms. 4 happy witches with 4 magic hats. If you look very close, you can find those cats. So we have a scene of the witches on their brooms flying away from the explosion, or probably like the dust from the explosion. And if you look underneath their hats, you can see the cats are all 4 cats are safely with these witches. So each witch has a cat. So I'm like thinking, why did you explode or make an explosion? Was it to disorientate the cats? Because there didn't really seem to be much point. I mean, surely you could have just said to the cats, oh, come with us, and you and the hats can be together, or we'll give you special powers, or we'll give you a home. I mean, they could have made it like, well, I mean, because I think the cats were portrayed as being homeless, so I don't know why the witches didn't really say, oh, we'll give you a home, we'll feed you, and come with us, and we'll give you all the love that you need. Don't know why there was a massive bang in the book. And then the last page is just a picture of them flying off into the distance. So that is Witches 4. I thought it was a really charming book, and I really enjoyed it, and Boris enjoyed it as well. He enjoyed it a lot, so much he fell to pieces. And I've enjoyed reading this book, and I'll look forward to reading more children's books. So that has been episode 1 of the return of Pax's Little Library of Horrors. Please do not forget to check out the founder's channel for this brand new series, Pax Panic. I will have her channel proudly linked down below, so please check her out. My very, very dear friend, and very sadly departed from this mortal coil. So please do not forget to check out her channel. And with all that out the way, class dismissed.